Hi kids, welcome to Kids Yoga. Glad you're here. Let's go ahead and get started. Letting our shoulders relax, taking a big inhale, hands reaching overhead. Exhale, bringing our hands to our heart. Let's do that again. Big inhale, hands reaching overhead. Exhale, bringing our hands to our heart. Let's drop our right hand behind. We're gonna let our left hand reach at that knee. We're gonna find a big, nice spinal twist. So opening up that back shoulder. Let's take our gaze over the front shoulder, and then let's release, looking over the back shoulder. And then let's look over that front shoulder. We're gonna keep that hand where it is as we let that back hand reach over, grabbing the other knee. We're just gonna fall forward, letting our spine round just a bit, letting our head fall. And then we're gonna twist and open to the other side. First, our gaze is over that front shoulder. Taking our gaze over the back shoulder. Back to the front, not forgetting to breathe. Reaching back. One more time, looking forward. That left hand's gonna reach around, grabbing that opposite knee, falling into this stretch. Now we can move our hands around, grabbing our knees if that's a little bit more comfortable. So grabbing those knees, just rounding our spine slightly. And release, big inhale. Exhale, hands to our heart. Let's go ahead and move to our mat. We're gonna do a lot of extra core work for you guys today. So coming into this pose, we're gonna tuck our toes under. We're gonna take our hands forward, finding that plank. And we're just gonna walk through our plank. So just stretching out our calves and our Achilles, our hamstrings. And then let's find some stillness. Heels back, crown of our head, reaching forward. We're gonna press into the left hand. We're gonna adjust our feet just a little bit, and we're gonna let that right hand come off the mat. Drop that hand. Weight's gonna come into that right hand, left hand coming off the mat. So can we feel that movement through our core? We're gonna try to keep our hips steady. So again, weight into the left hand, not holding our breath, dropping that hand, other hand. So now we're gonna make that a little bit more challenging. Weight into the left hand, we're gonna find a big rotation up. Exhale, release that hand. Other side, left hand reaching to the sky. Exhale, release. Let's do that again. Reaching up. Releasing down. Inhale, left hand up. Release the hand down one more time. Reaching the hand up to the sky and back down. So now we're back in plank. We're gonna keep our arms straight, letting our hips draw forward. Pull those shoulders back, not holding our breath. Let's pull right back into our plank and press back. Downward facing dog. Little movement with the feet, so we're walking our dog. High up on our toes. Let's all jump to the front of our mat, taking a forward fold. So our feet are perfectly together, they're underneath the hips. Let's find the half fold. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan, our hands reaching high. Exhale, hands to our heart. Big breath, reaching up, finding a back bend. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, hands into our mat. Jumping or stepping to our plank. Keep the elbows close. Lowering down, chaturanga. Let's find a cobra. We're gonna stay here a few breaths in cobra. Shoulders up, hands reaching around. We're gonna reach our hands behind. Thumbs can catch. Hands can catch whatever's comfortable to you. Opening our shoulders, opening our heart, opening our chest, not forgetting to breathe. Let's take one more breath. Release the hands down. We're gonna press up and back, just a breath in our child's pose. Rounded spine, tuck our toes, find our plank. In our plank. We're gonna press into our left hand, coming onto the left side, opening up Vasasana, listening to our shoulders. If this is too challenging, Just come down on your forearm in this Vasasana. We can even drop a foot behind, drop a foot forward to give us a little extra support. So Vasasana, one arm plank. Let's let the right hand reach forward and reach up and reach behind. Back up. Again, reaching forward. Back up, reaching behind. Can we feel that burn in our core? Reaching up, dropping that hand. So back into our plank. We're gonna move to the other side. Right hand or right forearm coming up, reaching up to the sky. Reaching, release, dropping back, back up. Again, reaching forward, release one more time. Back to Vasasana, left hand down to meet the right. Coming into our plank. Let's press back, downward facing dog. High up on our toes, jumping or stepping to the front of our mat. Feet aren't together, feet are hip distance apart. We're gonna sit back in a chair. So when we do that, knees aren't coming forward. We're sitting down in our chair. Let's let our hands float up to the sky. Let's let our toes come off the mat. So all the work is in our heels. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Let's let our shoulders try to relax. Let's not forget to breathe. So challenge here for you all. We're gonna twist to the right. Maybe, if we want, we can try to get that left elbow to hook on the outside of that knee. We're trying to keep the knees in line. So our knees aren't coming here. Knees are staying together. We can feel this through our spine. Taking one more breath. Release back into our chair pose. Bringing our hands together, let's twist to the other side. So maybe we're here, totally okay. Whatever feels good to you. Let's get deep into that twist. One more breath. Release up, coming back into our chair pose. Those quads starting to burn, good. Let's take one more breath, toes off the mat, and then forward fold. Let's find a half fold, a flat back. Forward fold, giving our head a shake, yes or no. So let's come up onto our fingertips. We're gonna cross the right foot behind the back of the left, and we're just gonna fall forward here. So you can see getting into the hips, taking care of our hamstrings, getting into our IT band, protecting, strengthening our knees. Let's switch. Go back to that forward fold. Hands in our mat, jumping back into that plank. Heels back, crown of our head reaching forward. Let's find that Vasasana again. Reaching up, reaching forward, reaching back, back up. Drop the hand, other side. Right hand reaching up, reaching forward. So can you see that big lengthening through the ribs? Reaching behind, reaching back up, back to back into our plank. Let's press back into our downward facing dog. So in our down dog, just so we do it right, heels down, our tailbones reaching up. We're letting our chest release to our toes. Let's come high up on our toes. Right foot coming forward, up runner, right heel right. If our spine is rounded, let our spine relax, let our head reach forward, let our fingertips reach forward. What does that do? It engages our core. Let's come up, Crescent Pose. So dropping into that Crescent Pose, we can feel that big deep stretch on that left quad. Let's reach forward. Drop the hands, drop the knee, hamstring stretch. So we're gonna move through that a couple times. Rolling forward, back to up runner. Fingertips reaching forward, rolling up. Staying here, getting deep into that stretch, not forgetting to breathe. Let's reach forward, drop the hands, drop the knee, hamstring stretch. One more time, rolling forward, up runner. Fingertips reaching overhead. Maybe reaching slightly behind. Reaching forward again. Drop the hands, drop the knees. Hamstring stretch. Let's roll forward. So, before we did that little jump. So, we're an up runner, we're gonna jump, switch to up runner on the other side. Let's switch back, up runner. Switch back, up runner. One more time, up runner. And we're gonna land with the left foot in front. Fingertips reaching forward. Hands reaching overhead. Maybe a little back bend. Keep that balance. We can shorten our stance if we need to. Reaching forward. Drop the hands. Drop the knee. Hamstring stretch. Roll forward. Back up to up runner. Fingertips reaching. Hands overhead. Maybe a back bend. Maybe dropping the hips down just a bit. Reaching forward. Drop the hands, drop the knees. Back to hamstring one more time. Let's roll up. Reach the hands forward. Reach the hands overhead. Maybe a back bend. Reach forward. Drop the hands. Drop the knee. Hamstring stretch. Let's roll forward. So heels pressing back, crown of our head is reaching forward. Keeping our hands in our mat. Maybe we're up on our fingertips again. Jump switch. Jump switch. Jump switch. Jump switch. Jump switch. And then right foot back to meet the left, coming on to our hands, lowering down. We can take a cobra or press forward. Pull those shoulders back, and we'll meet in our downward facing dog. So we got our chest releasing to our toes, tailbone reaching high, high up on our toes, right foot coming forward, fingertips reaching forward, just like we did before. Let's reach our hands overhead. So we're not going to let the front leg move. Drop the back foot, releasing the hands down, twisting to the right. That's hard. Release. Let's twist to the left. Oh, that's a lot easier. Back to center. Let's come back up onto the toes. Again, twisting to the right. Release. Drop the heel. Twisting to the other side, looking forward, reaching to the sky. Releasing down. Straightening the front leg. Reaching forward. Stay here. Get that big long reach. Drop down, Trikonasana. So we got the shoulders stacking on top of each other. We're going to reach with those left fingertips. Left hand down to meet the right. Walking the hands to the center. So I'm going to turn around. So we're in a forward fold here. We're just sinking into this stretch. Adjusting if we need to. I've heard people say their ankles hurt here. We just tuck our toes out or toes tucked in. So just adjusting as you need to, taking that forward fold. So let's tabletop ourselves, and we're just going to slowly swing over to the left, pulling back up, moving to the other side. Our hands are supporting us. Let's do that again. To the left, drop. Let's move to the other side, back. One more time. So boys, girls, whatever sport you do, swimming, soccer, basketball, football, lacrosse, great stretch. So we go back to the center. We're gonna walk our hands forward. We're gonna bring our feet together in plank. Let's lower down, chaturanga. Let's hold ourselves here. Heels back, head reaching forward. We're just an inch or two over our mat. Let's take 5 breaths. Challenging ourselves here. Heads reaching forward, heels pressing back. Let's take one more breath. And drop. Hands reaching behind. Let's open up. Get those shoulders up. Hands underneath. Tuck the toes. Let's press up into our plank. And back. High up on our toes. Left foot coming forward. Up, run up. Just like before, hands reaching overhead, coming overhead, drop the hands down. Here's our challenge. Twisting to the left, release, drop that back foot, opening up, warrior two. Twisting back, coming back up onto those toes, twisting to the left, release, drop that back foot, warrior two. We're gonna stay in that warrior two. We got the knee over the ankle. That knee's not coming in. We wanna see our big toe. Let's look forward, left palm up, reaching to the sky. So big inhale here. Exhale, release back to our warrior. So in our warrior, our shoulders are in line, dropping just a bit. Let's straighten our front leg, reach and lengthen through our fingertips, and drop down. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Lots of options here. Maybe our hand is here. You do that little pull right there. So if you don't like the way that feels, if it's too much, come up on our fingertips, and maybe we're here. So adjusting as we need. Let's take one more breath in triangle. Exhale, right hand down to meet the left. Again, walking our hands to center, toes pointing to the front of the room, taking that forward fold again. So fun challenge for anybody that's up for it. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see. In that forward fold, we can come down on our forearms, making a little pillow for our head. So most of the work is in our forearms as we drop our head here. Toes are coming off the mat. We can even bring the knees into our goal. We can have a wall behind us if we want to try this. Coming into our headstand. Now, it's not really a headstand. The weight is mostly in my arms. So use a wall or have a sibling or a parent behind you. So as we fall down from here, as we come down from this, keep that center of gravity going. So you see my bottom is reaching behind to keep my balance. Coming back to that fold. Let's roll up. Let's get back onto our mat, finding ourselves in plank. Left hand, left foot. Open up Vasasana. Release. Let's go to Vasasana on the other side. Release. Opening up Vasasana. Release. Let's not forget to breathe, so let's breathe through this. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale down. Maybe you need to slow down. Maybe you need to speed up. Keeping our balance. So we're working on our core, our breath, our balance. So one more time. Back to our plank. Drop into our knees, falling back into our child's pose. So in our child's pose, hands reaching around, grabbing the bottom of our feet. Let's find a rounded spine, tucking our chin into our chest, our forehead into our knees. And then we're gonna roll up. We're gonna come to the center of our mat. We're gonna let our soles of our feet together. We're gonna sit up tall and straight, letting our head fall from side to side. So I'm gonna turn sideways. I think it'll be easier for you all to see what we're gonna do. So both hands are gonna grab that right foot. And with a rounded spine, so we're tucking our tailbone under slightly, we're gonna let that foot float forward. Maybe we're here, that's great. Maybe we're here, great as well. Maybe this foot's completely extended. So rounded shoulders, head tucked, heel pressing forward. The toes can go up a little higher if you choose. So as we release that foot, we're gonna let our right hand, right foot, so same side. Right hand, right foot, grab that foot. That left hand's gonna reach through, grabbing the outside of that foot. And as we press that foot, we're gonna come into a twist.
So a big, nice twist. Right shoulder opened up. Gaze over that back shoulder, pressing through the heel. Where do you feel the work? All in opening that shoulder blade. So great for pitchers, great for throwing balls, baseball players, softball players. It's good for all of us. And then as we unwind, soles of the feet together. Both hands are going to grab that other foot, that left foot. Rounded spine, tucking our tail under, pressing that foot forward, letting our head drop, reaching and lengthening, really using the foot, the leg to get that stretch through our shoulders. As we release, left hand, top of the toes, right hand outside of the foot, as we come into that twist. Fingertips reaching behind or maybe dropping down to the side. You feel the spine just slowly reaching to the sky instead of just dropping too much, so get that big long stretch. Let's take one more breath. And then slowly unwind back to center. Grabbing those ankles, finding our butterfly, bringing our knees together, walking those feet forward. We'll want to get centered in our mat, so our bottom's in the middle of our mat. Hands underneath our knees. Let our upper body drop to that 45-degree angle. Right foot up and drop. Left foot up and drop. Right foot up and left foot up. Let's add our breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So we're strengthening the knee, taking care of the quad, working our core. So let's just go back and forth here. I'm going to make it harder on you. So drop back just a bit. We're going to keep the toes off the mat. Let's still do that without our toes touching the mat. Maybe let our hands fall out to the side. Let's do it 5 more times. 2. Let's not forget to breathe. 3, 4, 5. Last challenge, toes up, coming into our boat pose, reaching through the crown of the head. This is a challenge to our core. Let's stay here for 5 more breaths. One more challenge. Let's slowly drop down to our mat. Let's reach our hands overhead, toes reaching to as long as we can. Moving around if you need to. I think that feels good. Feel that big stretch through our core, big stretch through our spine. Let's bring our right leg into our chest, big hug into our chest. And release. Left leg coming into the chest. Release. Let's do that one more time. Right leg in. Release. Left leg coming into the chest. And release. So we're going to fall into our mat, letting our shoulders relax. We're going to bring that knee into our chest one more time. And then we're going to release it just a bit, and we're going to let it fall across the body. We're going to let our right hand reach out, coming into our corkscrew pose. So we're trying to keep both shoulders on the mat. That hand's going to reach forward. The twist is through our spine, through our core. Maybe the leg's all the way on the mat. It's okay. And then as we slowly unwind, pressing the right foot up, we're going to bring the left leg into the body. Releasing it a couple inches, finding corkscrew on the other side. Paying attention to our shoulders. If that shoulder rolls up, we're going to try to keep that shoulder down. So maybe we need to unwind just a bit so both shoulders are on the mat. Let's not hold our breath. Let's take 2 breaths. And then let's unwind. bring both feet again into the chest. We're gonna hug them into the chest. We're gonna roll around on our lower back. We're gonna let both feet reach up to the sky, and we're gonna let our ankles just find some big rotations. And then let's twist going in the other direction. Bringing the knees back in. Let's go ahead and drop all the way down to our mat. 5 breaths. We slowly roll over onto our right side. We're going to slowly push ourselves up into our seated position, right where we started. And let our head fall from side to side. Let's take a big inhale, hands reaching overhead. Exhale, bringing our hands down to our heart. So depending on what you need today, maybe we want to stay here in this place, letting our shoulders relax just a bit. Maybe we need a couple minutes here just to refocus our day, just to find that we got that heat in our chest from getting a nice little workout. So take as long as you need here to refocus, say some kind words to yourself. And we'll finish the class and saying namaste. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to your family. See you all soon. Thank you.